Welcome to Tusi TV. This is your global news channel. I'm Maya Tusi, and we have a huge day. Today is the 66th birthday of Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, formerly known as Prince, and his birthday present came from the Thames Valley Police in the United Kingdom. He has been arrested, and two of his properties have now been raided by the police. We're going to give you guys the live coverage as this is still an ongoing development. We're getting more information and a number of statements from different sides. And of course, we're going to get your reaction live as usual. First, let's talk about this massive development over the last hour as Andrew has now been detained. And of course, they can hold him for a while. Obviously, if they decide to charge, if they decide to obviously use more evidence against him. But this is just the beginning of the snowball, which is going to be bringing down more people. We are expecting more arrests. And of course, all eyes are currently on Peter Mandelson, or the Prince of Darkness. Now, big birthday for Andrew. He's 66 today. And we received this statement initially from the Thames Valley Police saying, "We have today arrested a man in his 60s from Norfolk on suspicion of misconduct in public office and are carrying out searches at addresses in Berkshire and Norfolk. The man remains in police custody at this time. We will not be naming the arrested man. As per national guidance, please also remember that this case is now active as care should be taken with any publication to avoid being in contempt of court." Now, of course, we can't speculate when it comes to the actual the investigation and the following court case and everything else. But I love how the police still have to follow their own rules. We're not going to name anybody. We just saw your officers taking Andrew. We know it's Andrew. But this isn't the potential alleged crime against, the allegations against Andrew goes beyond the creepy, touchy things that allegedly may have been happening with his former best friend, Epstein. This goes beyond that because we are now talking about his role as a public figure at the top of the British state and what sort of sensitive information and documents may have been given to those who were not supposed to be receiving them, including individuals like Epstein. Now, the police also said following a thorough assessment, we have now opened an investigation into this allegation of misconduct in public office. It is important that we protect the integrity and objectivity of our investigation as we work with our Hello. Okay, what is going on? 1 second, I need to fix this microphone. What? Okay, you know what? Have I been on mute the whole time? Have I been on mute for the past 5 minutes? Can somebody confirm this? Or did it just go off in the middle of it? Because I'm currently using the inbuilt microphone. But when did this go off? Can somebody tell me how many minutes ago, how many seconds ago did you lose my voice? This is insane. How did this even happen? Everything is fine. Everything's working. Right. And we had such a good run for a few days and no technical difficulties. And then suddenly this is happening. Hang on. I know you can hear me now, but how many minutes did you lose me? I need to know. 1 minute. Okay, 1 minute. That's fine. It could have been worse. I don't know what I was ranting about, but 1 second. Let me double check. Wow. All right, so we're going to have to go with this for now. I don't know what's going on. The audio is going to be terrible now. I'm using the inbuilt microphone. Everything was fine. I'm not sure. It's not my fault. I'm the victim here. And let me just make sure the audio at this is louder. There we go. All right, that's good start, guys. Good start. Anyway, going back to the updates in terms of the reactions from other parties as well, including Buckingham Palace, because I believe that we have received a statement from the King. But one of the major things, as I said, that we have to discuss is about Andrew's arrest, which is not really just about the creepy, touchy things, allegedly. It's actually about misconduct in public office. Now, this is a serious, willful abuse or neglect of powers relating to the role in public office. Now, this is why the Crown Prosecution Service is taking control. Now, obviously, CPS will be doing this on behalf of the Crown. Yes, the brother of Andrew. King Charles and his team, essentially, his state, British state, will be carrying out and leading this investigation. In regards to the victims, the family of Virginia Giuffre have now released a statement saying that today our broken hearts have been lifted at the news that no one is above the law, not even royalty. On behalf of our sister, Virginia Roberts Giuffre, we extend our gratitude to the UK's Thames Valley Police for their investigation and arrest of Andrew Mountbatten Windsor. He was never a prince. For survivors everywhere, Virginia did this for you. Now, as I said, despite this statement from her family, it doesn't necessarily relate to this case. It goes beyond that, and it's all about the misconduct and potentially making a move against the British people and the British state by sharing potentially information, sensitive information. Now, the Prime Minister has also reacted already. Keir Starmer says that anybody who has any information should testify. So whether it's Andrew or anyone else, anybody who has got relevant information should come forward to whatever the relevant body is. In this particular case, we are talking about Epstein, but there are plenty of other cases. Anybody who has got information relating to any aspects of violence against women and girls has, in my view, a duty to come forward, whoever they are. So basically, we had a statement of essentially 4 or 5 sentences being repeated by the Prime Minister in just different shapes and forms. We have a quick statement by the Palace saying that the King has made clear in words and through unprecedented actions his profound concern at allegations which continue to come to light in respect of Mr. Mountbatten Windsor's conduct. We also have Kensington Palace the spokesperson has now said, I can confirm the prince and princess have been deeply concerned by the continuing revelations. Their thoughts remain a focus on the victims, and of course we'll have to wait for more update. I believe we have a statement from the king directly as well. We have a couple of reactions here. Pakistan Defense Force says, you've seen how good looking Khamenei's grandson is. And Richard says, the hair spoke and with great volume though. Amazing work. So Tusi, thank you, Richard. I'm still baffled by this issue of the microphone, because I can assure you everything I'm looking at right now in terms of hardware and software, everything is working. Everything is fine, but it's not working. I might try it again. Is it going to work? Of course it wasn't going to work. What is going on? Let's quickly go to the king. We have a short statement saying, I have learned with the deepest concern the news about Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor and suspicion of misconduct in public office. What now follows is the full, fair and proper process by which this issue is investigated in the appropriate manner and by the appropriate authorities. In this, as I have said before, they have our full and wholehearted support and cooperation. Let me state clearly, the law must take its course. As this process continues, it would not be right for me to comment further on this matter. Meanwhile, my family and I will continue in our duty and service to you all. So that was a statement from King Charles III. And obviously, Andrew is now currently detained. He is in jail. We are expecting him to be released, I don't know, within the next few hours, perhaps tomorrow, whatever they decide regarding, obviously, the charges and the investigation. But if he does end up in prison, obviously, we already know that Andrew has one last trick up his sleeves. Yes, he will be converting to Islam. He will take his Shahada and he will be protected. This is Imam Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor, who will be preaching from the top of Sandringham. Now, that's the only way he could protect himself right now in prison, if he ever ends up there. Somebody says, are you being muted? Someone said, are you being muted by the state? I don't know what's going on. I'm really, really interested in trying to see if I can somehow fix this without shutting everything up, because I just realized I'm going to try something. Okay, so if this is gone, what if I now click on this? We're just doing a science experiment. Hang on. Now, hello, we're back. I found the problem. All right, so the microphone is now working. It's all because of this stupid AirPod, which I tend to, well, I have to use it. I have to have headphones on if we are showing you guys video clips, because otherwise sound is going to be chaos. But it doesn't help right now. So we discovered the problem. All right, so back to normal. Daniel says, did they do research in British jails? Yeah, if they do, he's going to like it, I guess, but I'm assuming. Enoch says, new podcast collab between Andrew Windsor and Andrew Tate coming up later this year. They could share some tricks, I guess. Rami says, tech difficulties is the charm of 2CTV. Yeah, it's becoming a bit of a norm now, but I'm blaming Steve Jobs. Actually, this is nothing to do with Steve Jobs. This is more about the current team at Apple. I don't know what they've done with the new AirPods, but not a good idea, guys. Not a good idea. All right, so you do realize this is going to make my life more difficult, because that means I can't use that anymore. I don't trust it. Even previously, a few weeks back when we had tech difficulties, it's because of this stupid thing. Everything should be an Apple ecosystem. Everything should go well together. But this always lets me down. which means that going forward, if I show you a video, you're going to have to suffer with me because every time I have to mute myself, then play the video. Otherwise, it's going to be chaos. Unless some of you are tech nerds who can help me with this. In case you don't know, I use Ecamm Live as my streaming software. So if you want to have a look into that, let me know what to do with my life. Important question, does your on-air light up or not? It does, but you don't want it on. Do you want to see how it looks? Did I take off the batteries? When I turn this on, the world ends. Really? That's why we don't keep it on. Nothing works at 2CTV Towers. Everything's falling apart. I did lose you for 5 minutes solid. 5 minutes? I thought it was 1 minute. Why were you guys lying to me? Somebody said it was 1 minute. I was talking to myself for 5 minutes. Oh, I thought it was 1 minute. Someone said 1 minute. Anyway, on and off for 3. Really, my heart breaks for the late Queen. She left her throne to a weak man. Can't wait for William to get crowned. Yeah, but it is what it is right now, and the Constitution, of course, doesn't create a norm for the king to randomly abdicate, because it does undermine the crown and the Constitution. Otherwise, if it worked that way, then it could just say, come on, Charles, abdicate. Okay, someone said, okay, they're saying 1 minute. So what was that 5 minutes about? Good. Tusi's hair has spoken. Tusi's hair says it was nothing minute. It was exclamation mark minute. Kelly says 3 hours. Kelly, you're cancelled. Seriously. I'm going to get more updates on this. Long lines of traffic as people are leaving the capital city of Tehran. Is this true? Yes. We will give you guys the latest updates from Iran, because European governments, including Poland, have now urged their citizens to leave Iran immediately within the next few hours. Now, half of my city just burned down. Shouldn't have asked a question. Thank you, though. What city? What is happening? Okay. Now, let me just double check the latest reaction to this. Okay, apparently the police search at Andrew's Windsor home is still ongoing. I mean, it is a big house, but you know. But yeah, the police. We have a quick photo from Windsor, which we can show you now. Right. This is the latest image that we have. The police officers can be seen at the gates of the property. Members of the press obviously are being kept at the outer entrance, and the police spokesman at the scene has confirmed that the search is still ongoing within the property. But obviously we got a lot of neighbors and families and everybody else. They are wandering through the Windsor Great Park. They're not allowed to go inside currently. We also have a quick reaction from the former Prime Minister, Gordon Brown. Gordon Brown has now said that I have submitted a 5-page memorandum to the Metropolitan, Surrey, Sussex, Thames Valley and other relevant UK police departments. This memo provides new and additional information to that which I submitted last week to the Met, Essex, Thames Valley police forces, which I expressed my concern that we secure justice for trafficked girls and women. So that was former Prime Minister Gordon Brown. And but again, it's interesting that a lot of the response in the media so far is about the issue of victims in terms of girls and women who were abused. But we do know that this problem and this whole allegation and investigation goes beyond that. It's about the state the British state being undermined, allegedly, by Andrew and others. So I'm not really sure why they're not talking about that aspect, which is even a bigger problem, which is slightly a bit of treason. Of course, if convicted, you will get a life imprisonment, but they're still focusing on the girls and women, their sexual allegations, rather than the bigger, wider crisis that is undermining a number of governments and states, including the United Kingdom. Elizabeth says, "You've got those AirPods. I hate them. Back to my JBL." No, the thing is, I can't use anything else, because if I use a non-Apple brand for this, it's not going to work. The whole point of this was that this was supposed to help, because it's supposed to be connecting all the Apple devices. They're not making my life easy, Apple. Good morning to you. Do you think these people that swim in the soup of darkness will ever understand that their house is falling and will be burned to the ground? And sound was only off about 1 minute. Troublemakers. I don't think, but when you reach a point of having some sort of complex, whether it's God complex or whether you realize that you think you know you're doing something that's naughty or bad, but you can justify it. When you justify something, you create legitimacy in your brain. So even your lies becomes reality. So a lot of normal people will look at people who do weird things and say, well, why can't you understand this is a bad thing to do? They don't think the way you think. That the whole brain is wired differently. That's why you can't really compare them to normal humans. Also, what is normal at this point? Because everybody has something, just about the degree. Are you familiar with an organization called From Fear in Action? They seem to have a lot of insight and criticism of the British Crown. Are they legit? No. There is a lot of groups. By the way, just because there's corruption, there are lies, there are deceit, deception inside not just the British state, but every other country, doesn't necessarily mean that the whole system should be brought down or everybody is compromised. That's not really how it works. It's like, for example, in one normal family, the dad is, a massive criminal or a creep. And then you say, well, that means that his daughter, his son, his brother, his wife, everybody is basically compromised. That not necessarily. Sometimes it could be one of them could also be compromised, but most of the time, no. It also doesn't mean that just because one person has been targeted, everybody else is also innocent, because you have to investigate everybody and everything. And it's not really just about Epstein, it goes beyond that. It's about everything that's been going on for the past few decades. Anyway, we will keep you guys posted on these new revelations, and more information will be coming out about Andrew. All eyes are on Peter Mandelson, the former ambassador, UK ambassador to the United States. And we will come back because the things might be kicking off in the Middle East, specifically in Iran. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Maya Tusi, and we are the media.